Today I want to talk about not being afraid of making mistakes. I touched on it a little bit in last week's video when I talked about making quicker decisions, but I wanted to dive into it in a little bit more depth so that you can forgive yourself for past mistakes and feel confident in the choices that you're making for your future. Heads up that this video contains a little more swearing than usual. Let's go! Hi guys, it's Laura from How to Get Your Shit Together, and I help you get organized, get motivated, and get rid of that fear that you are going to fuck everything up. The main problem that we have when it comes to making decisions is that we have a tendency to view everything in black and white. So foods are either healthy or unhealthy. Teams are either winning or losing. Decisions are either good or bad. So when we're presented with two options, we think that one is right and one is wrong, even if we don't know which is which. We agonize over every decision because we are afraid of making the wrong one, when in reality, there rarely is such a thing. Not all decisions are good or bad, not all options are right or wrong. Just because one decision doesn't turn out great, that doesn't necessarily mean that the other one would have brought success. Some options are just varying degrees of shit. Maybe you picked the lesser of two shitstorms. Option B could easily have turned out just as badly or worse. Never assume that just because you didn't get where you wanted to go, that the other path would have brought you there. Maybe the way you went about it, while not leading you all the way, brought you as close as you could go. Unless you have a crystal ball, in which case I would very much like to borrow that. I would pay for the shipping. But decisions are just different paths on one of those choose your own adventures. There are so many decisions that you make every day. One might take you down a bad path, but then the next one could course correct. Or one might look like it's leading you straight to success, but then you get sucked into a swamp. You just don't know. Mistakes are only mistakes if you are not learning from them. Otherwise, they're called lessons. Look back at a time when you think that you fucked up in a big way, but I bet you learned a whole heap from that experience. For me, never wear those green shoes on that type of surface again, because it is slippy and you will faceplant in front of a lot of people. And even your husband will laugh at you. Guess what? Won't be making that mistake again. Or at that time I was putting myself forward for a really important, exciting opportunity, and I realized after I had sent my proposal that I had called the organizer by the wrong name, and I had to send a follow-up message apologizing profusely. I will never forget her name as long as I live. Hi Emma, thank you for letting me speak at your conference, even after I called you Emer. I am happy with all of the decisions I made because they've led me to where I am today. Yes, I wish I could have learned the lessons in an easier way, but sometimes you need to fuck up badly. I have lost a lot of things in life, including some self-respect, but it could have been a lot worse if the universe didn't grab me by the shoulders every now and again and give me a good shake. Sometimes you need a bit of whiplash to teach you to keep both hands firmly on the steering wheel of life and to keep your eyes peeled for any obstacles or dangers that are out there. If you are making bad decisions or mistakes, then congratulations! You are trying new things. You're living your life. I would much rather make mistakes and learn from them so that I can build a solid foundation rather than building a life around them and then just watching everything crumble. None of us knows what the future holds. There is no right or wrong. Sometimes the best things have come about by happy accidents, and sometimes the worst outcomes have been on foot of things that seemed like the best option at the time. So just make the best decision you can and then carry on. Let it play out. Learn the lessons. Don't label it as good or bad. Just measure it by how much you learn from it. Sometimes your bad decisions will save you from making even bigger mistakes down the line. And as Marilyn Monroe said, sometimes things fall apart so that better things can fall together. If you are making an informed decision in good faith, you're going to be just fine. Forget about what success looks like or what a great decision is, and just focus on the learning opportunity. If Thomas Edison could fuck up tens of thousands of times and still be considered one of the world's greatest innovators, you can afford a few mistakes and still be pretty spectacular too. Subscribe for more motivational videos. I upload new content every Thursday and Saturday to help you live a simpler, happier life. Until next time, I am off to make a few more mistakes in the name of research. Carav Mila Mahagwev, Agus Becky Meshif Shigalua. Sloan. P.S. This dress has pockets. Ladies, don't make the mistake of buying a dress without pockets.